Hey, what's up, Bugoy? So, magandang gabi sa inyong mga Bugoy na nandyan ngayon sa vlog ko, na nanonood. Salamat sa inyong lahat sa panonood ninyo ng vlog ni Kuya Fern. Huwag po sana kayong magsasawa. Yan, tulong na po ninyo kay Kuya Fern para tumaas po ang views at saka mga subscribers po niya. At dyan sa bagong Bugoy na nanonood ngayon ng vlog ni Kuya Fern, yan, maraming salamat din sa iyo. Subscribe mo na po, Kuya Fern Ocampo. Like mo na rin tsaka share para mapanood po ng mga kakilala mo. Baka magustuhan po nila yung mga vlog ni Kuya Fern, no, sa channel niya. So yan, para makatulong na din po kay Kuya Fern para tumaas-taas po yung mga subscriber niya. So maraming salamat po sa patuloy na nanonood ng vlog ni Kuya Fern. So, Ohohoy, Bugoy! So ngayong araw na to, may bago na naman tayong iba-vlog at bibigyan ng reaksyon. So, kagaya ng sinabi ko ng mga nakaraan, iniugnay ko lang yung ibang palabas ng YouTube, ay ng vlog ko noong nakaraan tungkol sa mga time traveler. Medyo hindi pa tapos yung mga kumbaga gusto kong patunayan kung totoo yung mga sinasabi nila. So gusto kong i-connect yung mga bagay-bagay para maiugnay ko doon sa mga kinukwento nila. So nung nakaraang araw, yung iniugnay ko doon sa mga video na yon ay tungkol sa mga sasakyang lumilipad. So nagpakita ko ng mga video na sa panahon pa lang natin ngayon, 2019, ay may mga sasakyan na dinevelop at saka nilikha na pwedeng paliparin, no? Pwede nang lumipad ang lahat ng sasakyang dati sa lupa lang nagagamit, pero ngayon pwede na silang paliparin. Tapos yung mga robot na sabi nila ay ano lang yan, sa pelikula lang yan, pero may totoo na palang mga robot talaga, di ba? Kahit noong 2018 pa lang sanabi ko na may mga robot na nilikha at ginagamit ng mga tao bilang katulong nila, no? Pero sa totoo lang, marami na pala talagang nilikhang mga robot. So naipakita ko na dyan yung iba't ibang klase ng robot na nandiyan sa video natin na binigyan natin ng reaction. So yun, ngayon naman po ay papakita nating video ay tungkol naman doon sa mga yung sinasabi nilang makikita ng tao mga kakaibang mga nilalang, no? Mga ibang nilalang na narito sa ating mundo, na pumupunta dito sa ating mundo. Kuli yan yung mga tinutukoy nating mga alien, dahil kahit hindi nakikita yung mga tinatawag nating mga alien, pero yung mga sasakyan nila naglilipa na dito sa himpapawid, no? Nakikita ng mga tao na dumadaan sa himpapawid yung mga sasakyan na yan. So may mga ilang views, mga ilang videos na makikita yung mga sasakyan talaga nila. Actually, yun yung mga tinutukoy natin, mga time traveler. Yung mga gamit o mga ginamit nila ay galing daw doon, no? Sa mga sasakyang pumunta sa mundo natin, sa panahon natin, na kung saan mga sinauna pa, di pa tayo buhay, nakarating na yung mga yan. Yung mga sasakyang ginamit nila rito na bumagsak at nasira ay pinakilaman ng mga tao nandito sa ating panahon, no? At gumawa sila ng mga bagay-bagay tungkol dyan at nakadiscover sila. Yun nga yung sinasabi ng mga time traveler na iniba nila yung engineering style nung engineer nila at saka yung engineer natin sa panahon natin. Kaya nakabuo sila ng tinatawag na time machine. Na kung saan yung time machine, para na lang isang pang transportasyon, kung saan mo gusto pumunta, makakarating ka. So yan medyo nahihirapang paniwalaan yan ng mga tao sa panahon natin. Pero kung may experience nila yan, so may possible yung kagaya ng dati, di ba? Sabi ko, yung microchips hindi totoo, pero yan yung kinatatakutan ng mga ibang relihiyon na ngayon totoo na nagamit. At yung microchips na yan ay nagagamit sa time machine ng mga time traveler, na kung saan nakadikit sa katawan nila, hindi sila pwede mag-time travel kung wala yung microchips na yan. Kung patay siya, deactivated siya, hindi magagamit yung time machine. So yun yung mga kwento. So pero ngayon ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa mga iba't ibang sasakyan na lumilipad dito na hindi atin, no? Yun ay dala-dala ng mga tinatawag nating mga alien o yung tinatawag nating mga UFO o unidentified flying object, sabi nga nila. So yan ay papakita ko ngayong araw na to. So Sana ay nandyan pa kayong nanonood pa kayo dyan, so pwede nyo panoorin tong ginawa kong video, naipon ko mga video para makita nyo na totoo mayroong mga unidentified flying object o UFO. Yung iba talagang medyo malapitan pa nga yung iba na nakita ng mga tao sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo, sa iba't ibang panig pala ng bansa. Ayan. Actually, hindi lang sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa, kundi mismo sa bansa natin ay nakikita yung mga bagay. At sa mga susunod na vlog ko yan, ipakikita ko po sa inyo. So, paano panoorin na natin yung video yung sinasabi ko sa inyo? Para naman, medyo ma-entertain kayo sa panonoorin yung vlog na yun kay Kuya Fern. So, panoorin na natin.
UFOs over Paris. We have some video that was just captured in November of 2018 in Paris, France. Unidentified flying objects, UFOs, are things seen in the sky that cannot be identified or explained. UFOs are often associated with aliens and conspiracy theories. Up in the sky here you can clearly make out some flying machines that don't appear to be of this world at all. What could they be? Locals and tourists both claimed these were clearly alien spacecrafts. At bare minimum, they're at least UFOs, which simply stands for, most of you probably know, unidentified flying objects. So how many of you live in Paris, or were traveling out there last November? Did you hear anything about these sightings? If so, what are the people there saying about it? UFOs over Ireland. This one coming from the mouths of two commercial aircraft pilots in November of 2018. An investigation is still currently underway by the Irish Aviation Authority. The supposed sighting occurred on November 9th by pilots of the British Airways traveling from Montreal. After seeing the strange lights, the pilots inquired if there were any military exercises carrying on in the area, to which the response was no, none at all. The pilot says that the bright light came up on the left side of the plane, traveling just as fast as the commercial aircraft. Then, the pilot explains that, quote, it then rapidly veered to the north. It was a very bright light that disappeared at very high speed. The story was corroborated by another aircraft flying in the area at the same time, prompting the first pilot to say, quote, back, quote, glad I'm not the only one. So what do you think this was now stated before this is still being investigated?
Siguro nila pinapansin masyado yun. Pero may nakakakita din talaga, no?
UFO sighting over Mexico. The strange craft was seen moving over few sky of Mexico City, and several people captured the sight on this video. As the UFO moves through the air, a few hundred meters off the ground, it emanates a blurry field which is commonly reported from alien enthusiasts. Many believe this latest sighting is strong evidence of the existence of extraterrestrials visiting Earth, and, had the camera quality been better, it would be definitive proof of the existence of aliens. The video was originally captured by a YouTube user known as Carlos Sanchez, but was quickly picked up by conspiracy theorists around the internet. Prominent UFO hunter Scott C. Waring, who believes it is a genuine sighting of an alien spaceship. The UFO tilted some as it moved, which is what many UFOs do, in order to control their direction. Just sad he had such a bad camera. Looks like he is using an old phone to record it. Mexico is a hotspot for UFO sightings. Did you hear anything about these sightings? If so, what are the people there saying about it? The New York City UFO. This is another recent event that occurred in December 2018, about a week before Christmas, in the great city of New York. Literally hundreds of social media users uploaded viral video content that looked just like this, displaying New York City's mysterious blue skyline that many people attributed to the obvious work of extraterrestrials. Social media all experienced an overabundance of activity on the United States East Coast media. Of course, government officials wasted no time squashing the alien theory, as they blamed a transformer explosion at an electrical facility for the strange sky, which didn't do a whole lot in terms of easing the nervousness of New York citizens. Unlike the two previous clips, there aren't many places in the United States talked about more than New York City, so this obviously made national news. But to the locals, who saw this in person, does the government's explanation for this event? Do you think that there's something happening here that we aren't being properly told about? Do you want to get a shout out in one of our daily videos? Well, don't forget to drop a comment down below. The UFO flying over Lake Norman. In this next video comes from North Carolina, over a body of water called Lake Norman. This clip went viral back in May of 2018, and was taken by a smartphone. And above the water, a silver line can be seen hovering. As the footage is slowed down, it becomes clearer that the object looks like a cigar above the tree line. And the terrifying footage has refueled the debate on whether there is alien life. Do you see that floating image in the sky off in the distance? What do you think it could be? In the original viral posting, many commenters suggested that it could simply be a blimp, which, I guess when you look really closely it appears that there are some similarities. But still, we are not so sure. That means we'd love to have your best guesses down in the comments. Military sighting UFO. In this next video we have some footage that comes from an unnamed source, but it's pretty crazy, and you definitely need to check it out. The clip opens up with a group of military personnel walking along a dirt road. At first, it doesn't really appear that they're on alert for anything special. It sort of just looks like they're walking along at their own pace. But then out of nowhere a flying disc-shaped object passes overhead at a very high speed, and apparently very low to the ground, that the military group scatters immediately and takes cover as the person operating the camera filed suit after a few moments. The camera takes to the skies again, until it locates this UFO. Here, apparently just hovering in place has been this proof that we aren't alone as we round out. Did you see it? What do you think it was?
Kitang-kita siya, ang mga sundalo.
The neighborhood UFO sighting in USA. In this next video is crazy, but before we get to it, I have a quick question for you. What would you do honestly if you walked out of your front door one weekday morning and there was a real genuine alien aircraft just dangling at the end of your street? No, seriously, what would you do? Well, check this out. In a neighboring town in the United States, a boy is outside of his home while a friend of his is recording some video. After a little conversation, the camera pans around, and then at the end of the street up in the sky, you can see what appears to be an alien spacecraft floating in the sky. This flying saucer is just hovering there, slightly moving up and down as the boy points over to it. You think this is a real alien aircraft. Also don't know where in the country this was shot. So, if you have any ideas, please make sure you let us know what you think it.
Lumapit pa sa kanya.
UFO sighting in Indiana. In this another UFO video, this one was spotted over the city of Indianapolis in Indiana back in the year 2015. What the heck could this be? You can see a very bright light emitting off of some kind of machine flying through the sky, and it appears to be shaped like some kind of disc, just like a few other clips from. You can even see a bright red light that's beeping on and off on the bottom of the UFO. It's also worth noting that whatever camera used to shoot this footage is pretty amazing, as you can tell by how far the shot starts away from the UFO. But when they zoom in anyway, do you guys think that this is an alien aircraft, or is it just some other disc-shaped flying machine with the ability to hover in one place and emit a red light from the bottom of it that looks absolutely unlike anything we've ever seen? So you know what to do. Talk to us in the comments. Real alien in Japan. This next clip, we've spent a lot of time looking up into the skies at UFOs and alien aircrafts. So, let's turn our attention to the ground for this next one. Check out this video that comes from an anonymous YouTuber over in Japan. If the video opens pretty normal as the camera operator is walking through a heavily wooded area back in July of 2018. The story goes that the person shooting the footage had seen an unknown creature running through the trees, and so we flipped on the video app on his phone and began chasing after it. After a minute or so of weaving in and out of the landscape, this thing popped out of nowhere. What the heck? Do you think that could be an alien dressed up in a cheap Halloween costume? Well, we are not so sure of exactly what it is, but whatever your best guess is, and let me know in the comments. UFO over Texas. A floating cigar-shaped mass has been spotted in the skies above Texas and has sparked fears it may be a UFO. Footage of the motionless mass over the town of Keller confused locals and was shared by YouTuber Texas UFOs. While it's not exactly clear what the object is, a number of explanations have been suggested, including a blimp, a cloud, a weather balloon, as well as a potential extraterrestrial visitor. An unidentified witness told the website, "It was the oddest thing I've ever seen." It is claimed the blimp-like sighting was stationary in the air for approximately 20 minutes. When something is seen for so long and stationary in the sky, it indicates there is some form of mundane explanation for it. In this case it could be the sun reflecting off a balloon, and since it is not in sharp focus it looks cigar-shaped. Or, as the witness originally thought, it could have been a cloud, rather than an extraterrestrial spaceship. Did you see it? What do you think it was?
Alright, welcome back. Let's take a look at our footage over here. UFOs take off. Great footage. This,
Ito, malupit, oh.
look at that.
Tumutunog pa talaga.
Now the real question is, what is going on over here? What is behind those buildings?
Laki, no? Lalaki.
Is there some kind of base or something? Are these drones or are these actual
Naririnig
UFOs?
yung sounds ng sasakyan.
And then there's two of them. Look at this. This thing's flying by, and then here comes another one. The second one seems to be a little bit lighter and different shade. And they both kind of had that same pattern. Did you see when they took off? It had like some backlash. So the UFOs kind of moved towards the back as it was taking off, which means that it could quite possibly be. See that? How it's taking off, but then it's just kind of moving back before it takes forward. Almost like it would be like a helicopter propulsion, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of blades or anything on this UFO. Or these UFOs. This one follows the same pattern. You see that? How when it takes off, it kind of moves back a little bit and then goes forward. Almost like it would be some kind of propulsion like a helicopter. There's clearly no blades on these guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is just incredible UFO footage. Here's a zoomed in close up. Look at that. I mean, what is this thing? What kind of shape is it? Is that metal around it? It looks like there's some kind of circular patterns. Sun's just gleaming off of it. This is brand new footage, guys. We received this footage November 22nd, 2017. We are bringing it to you right away. There is some kind of discrepancy in the metadata about the location, so we're going to wait to hear from the source before we give that out to you, because we don't want to give you any false information. But there's the footage, guys. If you like seeing these videos, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Check out the links in the description. We have a link to our newsletter. It's free to sign up. And that being said, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Okay, so yun po, nakita nyo naman yung pinakahuling video, no? Parang talagang umuugong pa yung sounds. Grabe, no? Ano kaya sa Pilipinas mangyari yan? Baka lahat ng tao dito matroma, no? Okay, so yan po ang video natin. So yan mga bugoy, nakita nyo na. So anong masasabi nyo ngayon sa mga napanood nyo? Nagulantang pa kayo? Nagulat pa kayo? Parang wala lang, para na kayo nanonood ng isang pelikula. Pero sa totoo lang yan ng mga videos na nakita ng mga iba't ibang klase ng tao sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa, no? Na pinag-confirm po ng isang vlogger. Yan, so inipo niya at pinakita niya ngayon at pinapakita ko naman siya ngayon sa inyo. Di ko mo sure kung totoo o hindi man yung mga bagay na yan. Pero kung totoo man yan o hindi, yan yung pinukwento ng mga time traveler na lilitaw sa mga darating na panahon at baka makasalamuhan na rin ang tao bukod sa robot. Sa taong 2028, 29, marami nang makikita sa mga katulad nila, no? So, maninirahan ng iba dito sa mundo natin daw, sabi nila. Yan, so abang-abang ka lang siguro dahil malapit-lapit na lang din yung taon na yun, di ba? 2028, so 2029 hanggang 2030. So, yan sabi ni Noah, no? Yung time traveler na pinakilala ko sa inyo ng panahon. Ayan, so paano yung mga bugoy? Sana ay kahit pa paano, huwag naman sana kayong natakot, no? So yan ay lang, ay kumbaga isang dagdag, no? Kumbaga dagdag impormasyon na rin sa tao, no? Kung totoo man siya hindi, dapat marunong din kayong tanggapin yung mga bagay kung ano man yung darating. So kung hindi naman totoo, di mas okay, di ba? Pero kung totoo yan, so dapat handa kayo sa mga bagay na yan. So hanggang dyan mga bugoy, magkita na po tayo sa susunod at panoorin nyo po yung susunod kong vlog. Bukod dito, itong pinakita ko sa inyo, ito yung mga spaceship na nakita sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Pero sa susunod, ipapakita ko naman dito mismo, no? Dito mismo sa bansa natin, may mga nakita ng mga bagay. So paano? Abang-abang na lang mga bugoy! So hanggang sa muli, paalam!